Well, as everybody is aware that the term of the current president, expires in the third week of July. So obviously there would be a process which is underpinned by a consultation, which is necessary. Having said that, over the last couple of days, there has been reports in the public domain with regard to meetings which are taking place. But all that I would like to say at this stage is that let's not try and speculate. Let us not try and second guess a process. After all, the Presidentship of India is a very august office. And if at all a preliminary or a nascent consultation process is underway, it should be allowed to fructify into something tangible. देखिए, सवाल दिक्कत या मुश्किल का नहीं है। सवाल ये है कि एक समय सीमा संविधान के मुताबिक तय है और वो जो समय सीमा है वो जुलाई के तीसरे हफ्ते में समाप्त होगी। तो उसको मद्देनज़र रखते हुए अगर एक औपचारिक या अनौपचारिक चर्चा हो रही है तो उसके ऊपर ज़्यादा अटकलें या ज़्यादा बयानबाजी से कोई नतीजा निकलने वाला नहीं है। उस प्रक्रिया को अपने एक बहाव में किसी पड़ाव तक पहुंचने देना चाहिए और उसके बाद जो निष्कर्ष निकलता है उस निष्कर्ष से हम आपको अवगत करा दें। Well, the Congress has always believed that insofar as august constitutional offices are concerned, whatever happens, should have the widest possible consultation and should be done, with the widest possible consent. But having said that, as I earlier pointed out, it's too premature at this particular point to really weigh in on one side or the other, because a lot of it is still, very preliminary. So all that I'm requesting is that allow the process to play itself out, allow it to, reach a certain fruition, to fructify, and if at all there is something tangible to report at the end of it, we'll definitely keep you posted and we'll keep you informed.
Manish, what kind of president does Congress want? The profile. Last time there was a lot of hype about making a woman president. Before that there were other factors. What kind of president does Congress have?
Well, the Congress is always for a president who fits the bill according to the constitutional provisions dealing with the election of the president.
But there are still statements made post facto about certain things achieved through presidential elections.
So that's precisely the kind of speculation, which I was talking about. We are actually dealing with the office of the first citizen of this country. Now, there is a clearly laid out criteria in the Constitution as to what are the essential qualifications which entail a citizen of India to become the president. And I think if the founding fathers, in their wisdom, wanted to, add certain other qualifications to that, they would have done so. And the fact that it has held the ground ever since the inception of the Constitution in 1950 is testimony and tribute to their wisdom. So therefore, the Congress would want a president, which is in accordance with whatever the Constitution stipulates.
Is the Congress possibly Dr. Kalam getting another term?
Well, again, as I pointed out, it's extremely premature to start speculating about A name or a B name or a C name. The Congress has always believed that offices and constitutional offices which bring both prestige and lend dignity to the country, should be evolved with the maximum amount of consultation. It's a process which is in a very nascent stage at the moment. Allow it to play itself out, as and when there is something tangible to report, we would definitely, be in touch.
Is the Congress party in
Well, there is no question of apolitical or be political or non-political. The question is that our choice, like the choice of everybody else, would be circumscribed by the constitutional provisions which deal with the office of the President.
सर आपने कहा कि कंसल्टेशन चल रहा है बातचीत हो रही, क्या कांग्रेस प्रेसिडेंट ने किसी को ऑथराइज किया है कि कांग्रेस प्रेसिडेंट के बिहाफ पे या कांग्रेस पार्टी के बिहाफ पे ये लोग बात करेंगे अन्य पार्टियों से या अन्य सहयोगी पार्टियों से?
देखिए, जैसे मैंने पहले कहा कि एक प्रारंभिक प्रक्रिया है और इस प्रारंभिक प्रक्रिया को किसी न किसी पड़ाव तक पहुंचने देना चाहिए, क्योंकि हर बात के ऊपर ना ही तो रनिंग कमेंट्री देना संभव है और ना ही उचित है। तो इसलिए जैसे ही इसमें कुछ ठोस निष्कर्ष निकलेगा, ज़रूर हम आपको अवगत कराएंगे।
बीजेपी ने कहा है कि कांग्रेस सत्ता के अहंकार में छूट है और राष्ट्रपति चुनाव का मौका आया है तो अब सहयोगियों की याद आ रही है और सहयोगियों से जब मुलाकात होती है तो खबर मिल जाती है। राष्ट्रपति के चुनाव के संदर्भ में अभी विपक्ष से कोई भी बातचीत नहीं की जा रही।
देखिए, भारतीय जनता पार्टी को अभी भी 2004 और 2009 का जो झटका है वो खलता है। जब भी इस मुल्क में किसी तीसरे या चौथे विकल्प की बात होती है, उस तीसरे और चौथे विकल्प में जो नाम लिए जाते हैं वो या तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सहयोगी हैं या सहयोगी रहे हैं। तो इसलिए ये ज़्यादा उचित होगा कि वो अपने अंदर झांक के देखे, अपने घर को ठीक करने की कोशिश करें। जहाँ तक हमारा सवाल है और हमारा जो रवैया है अपने सहयोगियों के प्रति, वो सदा ही संवेदनशील रहा है और हम सदा ही बहुत शिष्टाचार से अपने सारे सहयोगियों से और यूपीए के जो घटक दल है उनसे पेश आए हैं। हाँ संदीप। Well, I think, Sandeep, it's very important not to nitpick onto spontaneity. The fact is that there is a gentleman who's been a political person, for the better part of his life. And yes, if he's been given a constitutional responsibility, it could be that in a moment of emotion, he must have expressed his gratitude. I don't think, it's correct or it's possibly appropriate to read too much into it. Once he aspires or once he occupies that constitutional office, I think the way he conducts himself is really important from the standpoint of a public purpose. Well, the former SPG chief in question, if I remember correctly, was also a part of the same establishment when the India was in government for 6 years. So therefore, people who head professional organizations, have a certain amount of loyalty to that organization and to the government which they serve. To extrapolate that loyalty to a particular person, I think is a bit of a stretch.
I have a question. No, let me ask.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Can I ask on the president? You want to? You want to take this up? Some time back,
Go ahead.
Mr. Pranab Mukherjee in an interview had said that the post of president has to be offered. You cannot lobby for it, or you should not lobby for it. Now here we have the example of a sitting vice president who is, according to reports, he's traveling around and he's meeting chief ministers and leaders wanting to have his name projected as the president. You talk about propriety, you talked about sanctity of the post, you talked about a lot of adjectives he used. So do you think this fits in with what he's doing?
Well, I think it's completely speculative because the Vice President of India, who's also the chairperson of the Rajya Sabha, has conducted himself with immense amount of dignity over the past 4.5 or 5 years. So therefore I said that, a lot of things which do appear and legitimately, I think speculation is also a part of the larger ambit of public debate. But when it comes to August officers, if we can be a little bit more restrained, I think we will, enrich the process of lending dignity to it, and that's really without offense to, anybody. Yeah, I've got it.
We have to find a permanent solution related to Sri Lanka. Where one of the major alliance partner, DMK, as long as he was in power in Tamil Nadu, he was endorsing the Congress party view as well as central view. Now he has been thrown out of power by the people of Tamil Nadu. All of a sudden now we start talking about the referendum for the separate leader. What do you think about your alliance partner, UCC?
Venkat, I'll caveat my response by acknowledging my limited knowledge on this issue, if not ignorance. But as I understand that there are evolving situations. And recently in the UN Human Rights Commission, for the first time, India almost broke a precedent and decided to support the resolution which was brought by certain countries with regard to the human rights situation in Sri Lanka. So I guess, every stand or every statement has to be really contextualized in the circumstances in which it has been made. There are no real absolutes in terms of the fact that, this was your stand yesterday, so therefore that should be your stand today. Maybe in a different context, in a different set of circumstances, a person reappreciates, revisits his position and possibly takes a stand which is more concurrent. Well, again, I am not fully conversant with the debate within Sri Lanka on this particular issue. But whatever I could contribute by way of answer to your question, I have done. But I've got your point. I will study more and I'll come back to you on this. I note your concern and I'll get back to you. देखिए, ये मामला मेरे संज्ञान में नहीं है। अगर न्यायालय ने या न्यायपालिका ने ऐसा कोई आदेश दिया है तो बेहतर यही रहेगा कि उस आदेश का अध्ययन करने के बाद उसके ऊपर कोई प्रतिक्रिया दी जाए।
What is the Congress Party's view on a clear-cut policy for farmers? In what context I'm talking about. Sharad Pawar has written to the Prime Minister, wants it to be discussed at the cabinet as well as at the UK coordination level, so that the farmers get a way forward. Is the Congress Party averse to a policy of this nature?
Well, the interests of the farmers have always been at the forefront of the concerns of the Congress Party. If you recall, during UPA 1, it is the Congress Party which took the initiative of waiving farm loans worth almost 60,000 crores. So therefore, anything which alleviates agrarian distress, which helps the farmers of India to be more prosperous, which allows them to contribute to the larger economic well-being of the country, the Congress is always supportive of such a policy, and especially at a time when the global economy is going through a downturn, and domestic demand needs to be boosted, the agrarian sector in India has a very important role to play in the years ahead. Thank you. उसी कैटेगरी में उनको नामजद किया गया है जिस कैटेगरी में पहले दारा सिंह जी को किया गया था। ऐसा है कि अगर आप संविधान को बारीकी से पढ़िए, संविधान में साफ तौर पे ये लिखा हुआ है कि राष्ट्रपति जी को, माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी को ये अख्तियार है कि वो 12 सदस्यों को नामजद करें। उसमें कुछ श्रेणियां स्पेसिफाई भी की गई हैं, पर इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि वो जो नामजदगी की प्रक्रिया है वो उन्हीं श्रेणियों तक सीमित है। वो इंडिकेटिव है, इलस्ट्रेटिव है, एब्सोल्यूट नहीं है।
On the finance minister's son, you saw those allegations. The home minister's son, the finance minister.
उद्देश्य देश में चिंता या भ्रम फैलाना नहीं है, पर जो बातें समिति के सामने आई थी और की जो रिपोर्ट है उसका उद्देश्य देश में चिंता या भ्रम फैलाना नहीं है, पर जो बातें समिति के सामने आई थी और समिति ने अपने विवेक में उचित समझा कि उनको सरकार के समक्ष रखा जाए, उनको सरकार के समक्ष रखा गया। अगर आप इसको एक पूरे परिप्रेक्ष्य में देखिए तो ऐसा नहीं है कि भारत की कोई रक्षा तैयारी में कमी है, पर हाँ कई ऐसे एरियाज़ हैं, कई ऐसे क्षेत्र हैं जिसमें कुछ खामियां हैं, उनको पूरे करने की ज़रूरत है। उन खामियों को सरकार को समिति ने अवगत करवाया। थैंक यू।